was the only one that got hurt on the interception there, so hit his head on the turf. Listen, Denver played a good game, and they got us today. On our side, I've got to make sure that we don't go 3 and out with those last couple offensive series, and then there were a variety of things that went on that we all contributed to. So throughout both sides of the ball and special teams, and there were some good things, But when you're playing a good football team, and you got to cut back on your penalties for sure. Too many there, and then some of the other mistakes that we had. So we'll get that cleaned up, and we'll get ready for the Colts. Time's yours. We needed to do better on them. I could have given the guys better opportunity to do that.
Coach, coming out of the bye and having so many penalties, you're hoping to be crispy with the time off.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you look for. I think everybody, that's probably an obvious one. Right? Yeah, well, listen, they're the number one defense in the National Football League. So we were fighting, and then we had some where we were going backwards and kind of self-inflicted things. So we've got to take care of that. Yeah, we still had opportunities, Nate, so you don't want that, right? Pat didn't want it. I don't want it. I mean, that's not what you want, but it's there were other opportunities as we went, so we got to make sure we take care of that business. Go ahead. Yeah, so he was able to get out containment there, and the receiver worked to get himself open. We had a couple guys right around him there, so quarterback made a play, receiver made a play.
So the couple down push shots in the first series that looked like could have been there, obviously tight one catches. Was that just the way the game unfolded? Was that something that you could see?
Yeah, I mean, we thought we had some opportunities down the field. Didn't work out, but I mean, percentages, you're going to take a few and lose a few of those, but we felt like it would come back and help us, and it did later on in the game. Yeah, they did a good job splitting us right there, and we've been pretty good in that area, and they got us on that one. Yeah, I thought he did a good job for being off as long as he was, and then going against who he went against. Did a pretty good job there. Yeah.
One of the things this year is your guys' inability to win in one-score games. Is there sort of a message that you have for the guys to see how good you guys are doing?
Yeah, when you're playing good teams, whether it's myself making a call or the players playing, you've got to do the right things. Put the guys in the right position, and the guys got to make plays when given an opportunity. Both sides of the ball, special teams. That's what we're all in it together. All right.
Thanks, guys.
After their narrow loss to the Buffalo Bills on November 2nd, the Kansas City Chiefs entered their bye week with a collective breath of relief, but also a weight of unfinished business. The locker room was quieter than usual, the echoes of what-ifs, and almost bouncing off the walls as players packed up for a rare stretch away from the grind. No one carried more intrigue into the bye week than Travis Kelce, whose magnetism extends far beyond his jaw-dropping performances on the field. On the New Heights podcast, Jason Kelsey tried his best to coax the details of his younger brother's plans out into the open. But Travis, ever the master of suspense, dodged every question with a laugh and a pivot, refusing to let even his own family in on the secret. For fans, it was just another layer of the Kelsey mystique. Where does a superstar go to heal from a defeat? Does he retreat to some hidden cabin in the woods? Or does he lose himself in the thrum of city lights, blending into crowds that may or may not recognize the man behind the helmet? The world could only guess, and the guessing was half the fun. While speculation swirled off the field on it, the story of the season had reached a fever pitch. The Chiefs had looked flat early against Buffalo, their offense stalling, their defense struggling to contain a surging opponent. But in the fourth quarter, with the game hanging in the balance, Patrick Mahomes did what he does best. He found a way. And as always, his eyes found Travis Kelce. It was 3rd and 6, the kind of situation that tests nerves and separates legends from mortals. Mahomes zipped a pass over the middle, trusting Kelsey to do what he's done for nearly a decade, find daylight where none seems to exist. Kelsey caught the ball and in a flash, twisted past tail Noah, shaking off the defender with a blend of strength and elegance that makes him so unique. Suddenly, he was in open space, sprinting toward the end zone, the roar of Arrowhead growing with every stride. When he crossed the goal line, Kelsey had not only given the Chiefs their first lead of the night, but he'd also broken a tie with Priest Holmes for the most career touchdowns in franchise history. It was a moment that felt like it should tip the scales, as if fate itself was turning back toward Kansas City. But football is a game of cruel twists, and on this night, fate had other plans. The Bills mounted one final drive, and as the clock bled down to its final seconds, Will Lutz lined up for the kick that would decide everything. The ball sailed through the uprights, and just like that, hope turned to heartbreak. Kelsey finished with a stat line most players would envy. 9 catches, 91 yards, a touchdown that rewrote the record books, but none of it could erase the sting of seeing victory slip away. As the teams gathered on the field, Coach Dave Canales knelt with his players, the future suddenly full of questions. Would Young, who had left the game with an injury, be able to return? Would the Chiefs find the resilience needed to turn this bitter moment into fuel for the rest of the season? The bye week became more than a pause, it became a test of character. In the days that followed, fans and pundits alike wondered how the team would respond. Would Mahomes and Kelsey come back sharper, hungrier, more determined to prove the doubters wrong? Would the defense tighten up, the offense reclaim its fireworks, the locker room rediscover its swagger? The answers were still unwritten, but the sense of anticipation was almost electric. For Kelsey, the mystery of his bye week only added to his legend. Maybe he spent those days plotting his next move, sharpening his skills in secret, or maybe he simply let himself be ordinary for a while, stepping out of the spotlight to remember who he is without the roar of the crowd. Whatever he did, everyone understood that when the Chiefs returned, all eyes would once again be on number 87, waiting to see what magic he might conjure next. The story of the season was far from over. If anything, the loss to Buffalo felt like the start of a new chapter, one that would test the heart, grit, and imagination of every player in the Chiefs' locker room. And as the team emerged from their bye week, the only certainty was this: the journey ahead would be unpredictable, thrilling, and impossible to look away from.
I know, I'm really excited too. I'm so excited. And I love that you're excited too. And you would absolutely love him. He's the most fun person. I'm sure at some point you guys will get to all hang out, but
yes. He's a big, strong American football player.
Yeah.
He was on stage with you, wasn't he? I saw that show when he came on stage with you.
He was so good.
He just picked you up and
he's such a natural, just in life. Like he's just kind of like never been nervous about anything in his entire life.
Right.
So it's pretty fun. He's all the things. He's like fun and vibrant and has this infectious personality and makes me laugh so much. But like, yeah, you're looking for like there's a line in the song that says that you just wanted a best friend who you think is hot. Like, and it's kind of like, well, that's kind of it, you know? Writing songs is one of my favorite things. And I did kind of nurture a fear earlier on in my career that if I ever wasn't truly miserable in my personal life, would I be able to write? And I think that's one of the reasons I love this album so much is we were like catching lightning in a bottle every time we were writing songs for this record. And I do think that someone in your life who fuels you, who makes you more you. Everyone in my life is like, you've never been so yourself, which is this interesting thing that you've been you your whole life, but we are different shades and different ourselves at different volume levels. And this person came into my life and everybody's like, yeah, you've never been so you. And I think that comes through in music. People who fuel you, they fuel every part of you and they make you walk taller and they make you present in a more vibrant way. And so hopefully that